Hi guys, welcome back to BONAFIDE BRUMMIES. So today we are going to be doing a special episode for World Cancer Day. So we've actually got a special guest that's going to come on, and she is going to talk about her experience, a little bit about what she went through and so on. So if you could just...
We're ever so grateful that she's even coming on to discuss it, but it's our friend Tasha. She's from Birmingham. She's 40 years old and she has two young kids, two boys. Well, I wouldn't say they're young anymore, they're growing up very fast. But yeah, so we're going to add her into our video today, and she's just going to talk a little bit about what she went through and a bit about kind of making awareness, really. That's what we're here to do. As Leonie said, World Cancer Day is on February the 4th, so we do want to get that out there as well. So yeah, should we add her in?
Yeah.
So we've got Tasha here with us today. Hi Tash.
Hello girls.
Hello,
lovely.
So so I've introduced a little bit about you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your story?
Yeah, I mean, it's a story that I don't generally talk about ever, because it was something that happened to me nearly 21 years ago now. But because it's World Cancer Day tomorrow, I feel like now's the time to spread some sort of awareness about the cancer that I actually was diagnosed with. Because if it helps somebody else, I always will say prevention is better than a cure. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's important to spread awareness, because I've watched your channel quite a few times and it's always lively and bubbly. But I think sometimes it's time to talk about a really serious topic.
Definitely. Yeah.
I agree.
So,
I agree completely, Tash. I mean, thank you, first of all, for coming on and doing this for us, because obviously, as you said, you've been watching our videos and stuff and you want to get involved and raise awareness, and it's just amazing that you've got the courage to come on and to talk about it. Can I just ask what cancer it was that you did have?
yeah, I basically had a cancer called Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is also called Hodgkin's disease. And basically, it's a cancer of the lymphatic system, which affects your glands and your vessels around your body. Basically, it just spreads from gland to gland. But unfortunately, in my case, it spread from gland to gland, and then it went into my lung as well. So it was quite advanced when they caught it.
Yeah.
But I also sort of knew, because I'm quite superstitious about sort of things, and I sort of knew that I had something terribly, terribly wrong with me. So after multiple visits to the doctors and stuff like that, eventually it came out 2 years after I'd started going to the doctors.
Yeah. How old were you, Tash?
I was 20 when I was diagnosed, but I was 18 when they said that's when they thought I'd got it, because I've been going to the doctors with the symptoms that I had from the age, from when I was 18.
Yeah.
What
So
sorry guys, I was just going to ask Tash, what were the symptoms of your cancer?
right, so the first symptoms were complete sweating in the night, like terrible night sweats. I'm not talking about a little drip here and a little drip there. I'm talking about my mattress was flooded every single night. Now, I was a young girl at that stage. You know, I was only like 18, obviously, when it started.
Yeah.
So I was still sort of going from the teenage phase into the adult phase. And because I was out every weekend partying, as you do at that age, I just thought it's the alcohol coming out of me at first. But no, it wasn't the case. And then the second thing was I started scratching profusely on the upper trunk of my body, like every single night, every single day. And I started noting clusters of like scabs, which was like in a circle, if this makes sense, with a dot in the middle, all up my arms and all over the top half of my body. So yeah, definitely I knew something was wrong. Then I started getting pain under my left armpit, and I just kept touching it to see if I could feel anything there, but I couldn't feel anything. But I think the more the cancer progressed, then it started to actually really hurt me, because at first, with Hodgkin's disease, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
So that was the symptoms, basically.
Especially being young, and like you said, when people party, people get hangovers and people do sweat. So it's crazy to think that was actually one of your symptoms, when a lot of people would just ignore that and blame it on a hangover. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, also I was really skinny. I've always been sort of on the skinny side.
Yeah.
So with that cancer and with any cancer as well, you lose a lot of weight rapidly, but nobody could really see, or even I couldn't see that I was losing weight because I was just naturally a skinny person, but my appetite had completely gone. And when I did eat food, what cancer does, it fights for the nutrients in your body. So when you eat food, as we say, food is fuel, it was eating whatever I was putting inside me in order for it to grow, basically, and to spread. So, yeah.
It's just so important, isn't it? Like, to know your body. Like, I mean, I can't even, we can't say anything, Helen, because we've never been in the situation that Tasha's been in, but just to know your body and to know that if you don't feel that something's right, just keep going back.
Don't ignore it.
That's exactly what I kept doing. And also, just to raise a point, Google wasn't around in those days. You could only read your symptoms from a book or from a leaflet or from the library. You couldn't do anything else. Do you know what I mean? So when I finally was diagnosed with my cancer, I got every bit of information that I could gather together about the type of cancer that I had. And I remember going into the doctor's clinic the one day, and he went, "Bloody hell, Tash, you know more than me," because I literally had to sit and dissect what exactly was going to happen inside my body, because I had to have chemotherapy then for about 8 months, which was the worst. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was literally the worst. And to be told that I was going to lose my hair was probably worse than being told that I had cancer, if that makes sense, because as a woman, your hair is your makeup, it's your identity, and it's who you are. And I just lost completely who I was at that stage. I was just like, please just do anything to save my hair. And I don't mind going through the cancer because I already sort of knew that I had something seriously wrong, like I said.
Yeah.
But in the end, what I did was because I was losing little bits of hair on my pillow and stuff like that, I thought, I can't go through this. So I shaved it off for charity, for the volunteers that worked at the hospital, that weren't there for nothing. And they were so lovely to me. And every time I went in, I was treated with such respect. And the NHS, I've got to say, are to this day fantastic. Even back then, fantastic. I wouldn't be here today without them. So
I know, a little clap for them,
to you guys.
Oh, and do you know what's mad as well? It was I remember you telling me a bit of a story about how when you were pregnant as well.
Oh yeah, I was told that I could never get pregnant at all. And I was living in Spain at the time with the kid's dad, and I'd started to put on a bit of weight. And I remember him saying to me the one day, "You're looking a bit round around your belly." And my friend was like, "How dare you say that to her? She's looking fine." But it got him thinking. And he always used to buy me Donna Karan watches in a slinky little box. So the one day I felt really, really ill. I couldn't stop being sick. And he was like, "I'm going to go to the pub with the lads." I was like, "Just get out of my sight, whatever." So he left. And when he came back, he had this little slinky present for me. And I thought, "Oh my God, he's only going to get me another Donna Karan watch." But it wasn't. It was a pregnancy test. And I was like, "I'm not pregnant." And he was like, "But I think you are, because something's not right here." And I was like, "I know my own body." And he was like, "You don't. Go and just, have a wee on the wand." So I was like, "Well, we're going out tonight anyway." That's what I was thinking about. So I did the test. I went and weed on the wand, and straight away it came up positive. And I thought, oh my God. But then I had the choice to face when I had to fly back to England to consult my cancer doctor to say, like, "I'm pregnant when you've told me that I can't have kids." And he said, "You can't have children because if you do, at childbirth, either you or the child will pass away, unfortunately, because the pregnancy hormone reacts with the cancer hormone." And so I was like, well, when I was in Spain, I'd gone for the tests, like at the doctors, and they said that I was 5 weeks pregnant. But when I came to England, I was actually 15 weeks pregnant. And I thought, do you know what? From going from being told I was 5 weeks pregnant to 15 weeks pregnant, there is no way on this planet I'm getting rid of this child. No way on the earth. And he said to me, like, "I'll literally take you off my books." I said, "I don't care. take me off because I was stubborn then. And I didn't want children before that at all. I hated them. I could hold your baby and hand it back quite happily. But to me, they were just little freaks. But when you're pregnant with your own, it's completely different. And I just thought, I can't do this. You know, I've survived cancer. They told me that I wasn't going to. And they told me that I can't have kids. And I'm just going to try my best and defy again. And I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but it was just my own personal choice.
Yeah.
And now he's in there on the Xbox in the other room, 12 years of age.
Bless him.
And the other one's in his bedroom
I
watching
know.
Netflix or something, and he's 10.
And they're absolutely lovely kids as well, bless them.
They are, thank you. They are.
Yeah. But yes.
Honestly, that is absolutely amazing, Tash. I mean, just to know that you've gone through all of that, and then to be not only is like cancer the most devastating thing that you could get the news of, but then I know you said that you didn't want kids, but like to be told that you physically cannot have children is probably just as devastating. And the fact that you used your stubbornness and you pushed forward it's unreal. Wow.
Well, obviously, like I say, before this I never even thought of or dreamt of having kids. I didn't want them, but to be told that I can't do something, I thought, actually, you can't tell me nothing. I really want one now.
But as well, going back to...
Like I say, I wouldn't recommend it for everybody because it's not always going to be the right decision.
Yeah.
But if I can help to spread a bit of awareness about what I've gone through, and in 2 weeks, I'm 42. So, you know, to be told that I wasn't going to survive, and in 2 weeks, I'm 42, you know, it just says it all. Cancer does not mean it's a death sentence. It does not mean by any means it's the end. And also 21 years have nearly passed and there's so much more they can do about cancer now. It's just amazing.
I was going to say, going back to you and being stubborn as well, when you started having your dreams that you told me about, and people, you knew with your dreams.
Oh yeah, and that dream was a reoccurring dream that involved cancer. Yeah. So basically, my boyfriend at that time, who was with for about, I think I was with him for about 4 years by then.
Yeah.
Basically, his mum and dad were nurses, really good nurses as well. I mean, so loving and caring. Every time we went into the house, there was a meal prepared for you. There was everything that he needed. They waited on me hand and foot, and they were just so fantastic. But this dream that I kept having every single night was a dream about a baby that was in an incubator that had no hair. But in the dream, also, I had no hair. And I couldn't figure out. And every single night, this dream kept on happening and happening. And I just kept thinking, what the hell is this dream on about? And every night in the dream, I kept trying to pick up the baby out of the incubator to cuddle it because I knew that there was something wrong with it. And in my dream, the nurse kept saying, just put it back down because it's going to die anyway. So I told my boyfriend at the time, his mum, and she got me a dream book. And I looked at the dream book and she said, look up baldness. And it said in the dream book, the more bald you are in your dream, the worse your illness is. And then I just knew I had cancer. Call it superstitious or whatnot, but something else was telling me that I seriously was not well at all.
100%. And that's like why you should never dismiss your gut feelings. Never, if you know something's wrong.
It's not even that. Just never dismiss any kind of symptoms. If they're pressing on your mind, go somewhere or talk to somebody. Your GP is only a phone call away still now. And so are your friends and your family. Do you know what I mean? I had quite a lot of support. And the NHS became my family because I had to see them so often. And I was called at one point the best patient and the worst. Because I had such a temper. And I was going in there because I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to see anybody. But now, say, if I went in there, I mean, I've been to the hospital a couple of times for different various reasons. And I always make sure that I pass through the cancer centre. And one good thing that I see now is that the waiting room's virtually empty. When 20 years ago, it was full. That means people are surviving to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when the chairs are empty, you have to look at it in a different light. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh.
I wanted to ask one thing, Tash, if you don't mind.
Go on.
For people, obviously, that are going through cancer at the moment, and, you know, for people that have loved ones that are going through it also, do you have any advice that you could offer them, or any kind of kind words or anything like that?
Yeah, just always think, like I said, technology is very, very much more advanced now. So don't ever think that it's going to be the end like I did. I was planning my own funeral at the age of 20 years old. Now I'm double that age, just over double that age. So, you know, it's not the end. And also, I would like to say that if anybody has got these feelings or wants somebody to talk to me, they can personally talk to me. Add me on Instagram, Twink Starlight, or Tasha Marie on Facebook.
I'll put the links.
It's not that hard. Put the links, that'll be great, because I just love talking to people. Like I say, it's a very taboo subject still to this day to talk about, but if I can help even one person, I'm more than happy to do that.
Oh, thank you. No, honestly, we're so grateful you've come on and spoke to us today, because we do think it's something.
I'm grateful to you too. I'm grateful for you too, because you're helping to spread that awareness as well, not just me. I don't think I could have done it on my own, to be honest with you, but you've helped me as well, because now I feel like, and also I will say that when you can talk about your story without crying, you've healed. And I feel like I've healed.
Oh, bless, Tash. Oh, you have. And look how, and you know what, as well, for a person, you know, that's been through a lot, you're still so humble and so kind and so loving to everyone. So honestly, if anyone does want to message Tasha, she will not turn anyone away. So I just wanted to say that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
And I just want to say thank you as well, Tash, because honestly, you're a breath of fresh air, mate. Like, you really, really are. And just to know, obviously, sadly, some people don't make it through their fight with cancer, but just to speak to somebody that went through something at such a young age and has come out the other side, and he's just so, like, full of beans, and, like, honestly, mate, you're a breath of fresh air. So thank you so much.
No, thank you guys too. Thank you. It's been amazing.
Yeah. I'll be putting your links in the bottom though, guys, but thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate it, and like we said, if anyone needs anyone to talk to, all three of us are here, so reach out. Thanks.